Did the font just change? Oh well. All of a sudden, Suki is guarding holes in her manicured hands. The holes are snaked around her body, poking out between her ample breasts. The nozzle is pointed right at my head. Yeah! I hiss and leap back in line, but it's too late. The water soaks me to the bone. My jacket clings to my arms. My shirt sticks to my chest. The pleats into my shirt drip water slowly, very slowly down my thighs. I'm wet from tip to toe, even my brown panties feel wet. I glare at Sugi from beneath the dripping bangs. Well, why would you do that? Why not? It's just fun. But you've ruined my clothes. I guess I have. Sugi giggled. She doesn't apologize. The hospice is still pinched in her cleavage. The hose pipe is still pinched in her cleavage. I'm not sure why. Who's she even trying to oppress? The birds swimming in the trees? She pokes out her tongue out of her mouth seductively and laps up some of the water that comes from the tip of the hose. If your clothes are wet, Nekohime, maybe you should go inside and get changed. Into what? I don't think I have any clean clothes. I'm a bit of a slob, so I let my laundry pile up. I only clean clothes every 3 or 4 weeks. Well, I would like to see you in a bikini. Why? You're a really cute girl. I bet you look even cuter with fewer clothes to wear. Is that true? It's scientifically proven. But what school of science are they at? Like, the University of Eroticism? That's not a real university. Don't worry about it too much, Nekohime. I always worry. Somebody has to. My whole body is dragged to shivers. I sneeze. Though it's warm outside and my damp clothes are slowly seeping my body heat. The water from the garden hose is really cold. If I don't get changed soon, I come down with some kind of sickness. Well, I really discovered arthritis. Nekohime, stop being stubborn. Just get changed. I sneeze again. All things considered, this day was not as productive as it could have been. I just can't believe it. I sat on the edge of Clover's bed in my underwear, silently sleeping. Maybe I'm not being that silent. Pouting, I stuff the toy. I fish a stuffed toy from the bed and give it a tight hug. Clover loves stuffed toys. There are cute pillows. There are cute pillow shapes strewn with multiple. Wait, where am I? There are cute pillows of multiple shapes strewn across the bed, and lots of mishappening plush toys from various magical anime. The toys don't have proper hands or feet. Instead, they have little felt stumps. Clover says they're cute, but I think it's kind of disturbing. Because we all have different preferences. Hey, Nekohime. Clover spins around the swivel chair and casts me a curious glance. Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm in a bad mood. Well, I can tell that much. She giggles. You really are like a cat. What do you mean? You hate getting wet. That's not true. I've had a shower every other day. I don't shower every day, of course, but that would be overkill. I think you should thank Suki. Why? For ruining my outfit? She didn't ruin it. It's just a bit of water, Nekohime. Well, that jacket was my favorite. I know. You wear it all the time. When do you ever find the time to wash it? I do wash it sometimes. Yes. Clover pulls a face. I thought you were starting to smell. I don't smell. Well, if you always wear the same clothes and forget to take showers. Unlike a cat, you can't lick yourself clean. Well, whatever. So pouty. Since you've been waiting for your jacket to dry, do you want to wear any of my clothes? I glanced at Clover's wardrobe dubiously. I hate clothes shopping and order most of my clothes online. My wardrobe is tiny with only a few items of clothing. Clover, on the other hand, loves buying new outfits. Most of them, like the outfits she favors, can be worn outside. Her tight underboob shirt is one such example. She has even crazier clothes inside her wardrobe too. I know. I've seen them. She loves cosplay, and she has loads of skimpy outfits. Schoolgirl uniforms, idol costumes, nurse dresses. Laura's wardrobe is very interesting. Half of it is devoted to cosplay, and the other half is plain plain and respectful. Mostly beige shirts and floral dresses. The the divide between her life as a gaming addict and her life as an elementary school teacher is quite large. I think I'm fine. Are you sure? I have lots of cute clothes that would suit you. Like what? I think you really look nice as a maid or a maid. What'd you say?
I don't see anything.
Jake, you're quiet.
I know.
What'd you say?
I don't see anything.
Oh. This maid or a magical girl or a shrine maiden. Ugh, forget it! I'd rather soak in my underwear than try and ridiculous outfits like that. My underwear might not be the most distinguished hip clothes, but it's better than cosplay. Well, if you're gonna do like that, I can always make you feel more comfortable. What do you mean? Just a sec. I watch my eyes narrowed as Clover pulls her shirt over her head and wriggles out into her skirt. Less than a second, she was wearing her bra and panties. Well, it's not like I haven't seen those before today. Why did you do that? So you don't feel left out. But your clothes didn't get wet. You don't need to take them off. I know that, but I wanted to keep you company. Well, thanks, I guess. Not a problem. Clover smiles brightly and flashes a peace sign, even though she's not doing it in her model. So are you annoyed, Twiggy? Yes, I am. She had no right to spray me with water like that. She didn't even say sorry. How could she afford to lounge around all day when we have a deadline coming up? Don't be so stuffy, Nekohime. Twiggy's a hard worker. How do you know? We've been playing MMOs together for a few years, so always take it seriously. But you never worked with her before, have you? No, I haven't, but I trust her. I don't. You don't trust anybody. How can I? She tricked her grandmother into filling her laptop with rice. Don't laugh. It wasn't funny. It was a huge pain. Are you sure it wasn't a tiny bit amusing? Well, maybe a tiny bit, but besides the point. How do we know she'll still be able to deliver on time? I don't think she's the kind of person who would let us down. She had a very strict upbringing. Roles of responsibility and hard work were beaten into her at an early age. Quite literally. Suki told me when she made any mistakes while she was practicing her calligraphy, her grandma would hit the back of her knuckles with a wooden spoon ruler. That sounds pretty intense. That was even more intense than my parents, and they were incredibly strict about my grades. I know, right? Makes me glad my family's so sweet. But we're from a huge family. She has 4 older brothers and she's the only daughter. And because of that, her parents spoiled me. So did her grandparents. Plus, she had a whole slew of aunts and uncles. I've never met her family, but from what she told me, they sound very warm and friendly. They still send her money every single New Year's, even though she's in her 20s. That's why I'm saying you shouldn't worry. Suki is a good girl. I can guarantee it. Well, I feel my resolve wavering. But are you not happy with the amount of work she's putting in? But if you're not happy about it, you can always talk to her about it. Do you think I should? Yeah. Complaining to me won't solve anything, will it? I sat leaning back on the headboard of Claire's bed. You might have a point. I always do. It's one of the first things you learn when you become an elementary school teacher. What? If two children have a disagreement, you make them talk about it. That way, any misunderstandings will be cleared up and all, whatever that word is, we are out. Now, that's an elementary school, you know. I know. But same basic principles apply. We're grown women, Clover. That's true, but people don't mature as much as they think. Kids always get in arguments about silly things. After all, we can look down on them and say they're being petty. But aren't grown-ups the same? We argue about a lot of silly things too. We just tell ourselves it's different because we're so much older. But in the end, we're all humans. Wow, for a second you almost sounded smart. I am smart! From now on, you should call me Professor Matsuoka. Valley Clover's family name. Her full name is Matsuoka Chika. I've known her true name for a long time. I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. Aw, why not? I smile, pushing up my glasses right to my nose. No matter what you say, you'll always be Clover to me. Hey, Suki, are you in there? Yes, second! I waited in the hallway with folded arms. They were rustling her robe inside Suki's room. And she stopped and opened the door. Hi, hi! Smiling brightly. So brightly, in fact, it's almost blinding. I avert my eyes. Don't you have any shame? Hmm? Why would you want me to have a silly thing like that? You could at least apologize, you know. For what? For splashing me with water. Oh, that's why you're wearing your underwear? Yes. Don't have any other clothes. It's a pain, but it's not my fault. It quite literally is your fault. So he pouted. Don't you come here to scold me? Is that it? Well, you're so cruel. How would you bully a pure innocent maiden like me? So he blinks winsomely from beneath our lashes, very full and thick. Well, if scolding me makes you better, go ahead. I will accept any hardship you fit to so. I offer myself to you, Nekohime. Please use my body as you wish and sedate your wrath. Only please. Blink, blink. But be gentle with me, alright? It's my first time. It was my first time too. Oh, how lovely. And let's make sure I feel good together. So he takes a step towards me. My heart pounds. Would you pardon pleasure just for me? Just a strand of hair from my cheek. Oh, you just scraped my flesh? What? What? She's so close I can't think straight. She smells good. It's almost bewitching. You can do whatever you want to me. Anything you like. Her eyes shimmer mischievously. You're so quiet and reserved. But you know what they say. Her fingers press the line on my cheek. It burns. It's always the quiet ones. Sugi, please. I squeeze my eyes shut and push her away. Ah! Sugi stumbles backwards, but she doesn't fall. She manages to catch her balance at the last moment. I'm sorry, I was just playing around, but didn't you like it? I did like it. Well, I like the attention, but I actually want to have a serious conversation with you. Really? Sounds boring. It might be boring, but there are a few things that need to be said. Deadlines for one thing, and professionalism for another. Will you let me in your room? I want to talk with you like this adult. Well, if you really want to, I suppose you can't deny an invitation of a cute girl. Suki pushes the door of our bedroom open and gestures me in. Welcome, fair maiden. Please enjoy pillaging the unexplored lands to your heart's content. Thank you. I look around Suki's bedroom. I look around, and I frown. The bedroom is even more sparsely furnished than I imagined. All the basic essentials in her bedroom: a bed, a wardrobe, and a desk. Suki's computer and tablet rest on her desk, but that's all. There's nothing to tell me another human being lives here. No decorations on the wall, no books, no games, no magazines, no beauty products lying on the desk. Looking around the room makes me feel a little lonely. Asi's bedroom is this inhospitable. In order, she wanted to escape, stretch her legs and relax in the sunshine for a while. Now I feel unreasonable for getting angry with her. Don't you have more what? More stuff? So you flops down under the bed, the mattress sinking beneath her weight for a few moments before popping back to its original size. Twice with a strand of her hair. It's black, like oyster sauce, in contrast with her white skin. I do have more stuff, but most of it's back at the shrine. Are you used to live? She nods. I'm a little sad, I guess. I had to leave behind a bunch of stuff, like half my clothes, and expensive makeup and all my shoes, but I don't want to go back there in a hurry. Didn't you tell your family you were leaving? I couldn't tell my family. They'd freak out, especially my grandmother. She's so stuffy. She's so stuffy. I never have been able to walk around the shrine like this. Like what? Ah! My words die in my throat. Three strips of her trident pants reeling from cute pink fluffy underwear. I glanced at her confused. She shrugged. What? It's hot. I guess. Well, if you're wearing your underwear, why can't I wear mine? Point taken. Not that I'm wearing underwear because I want to or anything. Idiot. Oh, where are my manners? Take a seat. You don't need to tell me to take a seat in my own house. This is my room. You haven't paid any rent. Guess you found out, huh? Clover said she'd cover for me. I'm not stupid. I don't think you're stupid at all, Nekohime. You don't? On the contrary, I think you're incredibly smart. Even if you do purr like a cat when you get patted on the head. That was just a one-off. Yeah. The flush fades as I sat myself down beside Sue in bed. Well, I said her bed, but it's actually Clover's little bedding and pillow covers. Nothing in the room belongs to Suki other than the table and the computer and maybe a few things of clothing hanging in the wardrobe. Isn't it lonely in here? What do you mean? You say you can't go back to see your family, and you don't have that much stuff. It can't feel very welcome. Don't worry about me. I function just fine. Having stuff makes me more comfortable, sure, and I really do miss my primers and toners, but I make what I can do. I have to make do. I'd much rather live my freedom than use my usual makeup. Freedom? You might have gathered already, but I don't know how much Clover told you, but I really hated being a shrine maiden. I thought you were a shrine maiden in training. It's the same thing. I suppose I'm supposed to inherit the shrine when my mother retires, but it's all so busy. It fell up to my grandmother showing me how everything's done. I spent most of my life under my grandma's strict supervision. She's in her 80s, but she still has a lot of life left in her. She's as strong as a bear and as stubborn as a mountain goat. Whenever I was late getting up in the mornings or didn't brush my hair properly or talk back to her, she would slap me. Really? She slapped you? Not with her hands, but with a ruler. She kept a wooden ruler with her at all times so she could correct my behavior. I used to be a bratty kid. I ran around the shrine a lot and went exploring. I'd go off on my own and wouldn't come back for hours. My grandmother hated it. She really hated it when I tore my clothes or got my shoes muddy or leaves and twice caught in my hair. She told me I looked thoroughly unpresentable, like a demon, and then she hit me. Well, she hit me while she was hitting me. She ran through a list of my faults. All my faults and flaws. Told me to apologize. She was the toughest, most terrifying instructor there ever was. Didn't your parents mind? They were too busy attending to the shrine. I don't think they noticed, and even if they did, they wouldn't have intervened. My grandmother's quite frightening. Everyone's afraid of her. But I thought your mother ran the shrine. It technically belongs to her, but my grandma still has influence on the day-to-day management. You can say what you want about her, but she's very organized, efficient too, and she's good with money. Mostly because she's such a mister. But I wrinkle my nose in confusion. That doesn't add up. It doesn't. I mean, your grandmother went to the shrine. At this time, I thought she was a sweet old lady. She was perfectly normal in her kimono and her white toe socks. With wooden sandals. She wore her gray hair in a bun and had her glasses on a string around her neck. Her hands were withered and ropey. Blah, blah, blah. But she wasn't spirited enough and talked confidently while I worked on a computer. She made me a mug of green tea and some delicious strawberry dokufaku. I said fuck you again. Dokufaku, it tastes really good. I'm sure she can't be a bad person. Now she makes sweets like that. It would come back to sweets with you, Nekohime. Suki pros the tip of my nose, just smiling. Sweets are a good way to judge a person's moral fiber. Oh, really? Yes, only pure-hearted people can make delicious sweets. And I can divine in the hearts of men. I divine the hearts of men through their homemade cooking. And that strawberry dufuku was crazy delicious. And you should be pleased to know I was the one who made it. You, I stared at Suki. A few seconds ago, I understood the basics of the universe. The sky is blue, the world is round, the earth goes around the sun. Now, I'm not so sure. But your grandma said it was handmade. And it was handmade. That wasn't a lie. But she never said it was her hands that made it, did she? I guess not. Lots of Japanese sweets were the only sweets I was ever allowed to eat at the shrine. I got a little interested in sweets because of that. I started learning how to make them myself. I'm not that good in the kitchen, but if a recipe involved mochi, matcha, and azuki beans, I'm an expert. Well, I glanced at my thighs. This whole while, the delicious strawberry fuku I ate, that filled me with love. That was actually made by Suki. This loud, obnoxious girl who lounges around the house in various states of undress and sprayed me with a jet of cold water for a few hours ago. I can hardly believe it. I know this can be deceiving, though. After all, I live with Clover. But there are degrees. My grandmother was a very nice person. Very nice and personal to strangers. She's always been a hard ass to her own family. She, I don't think she does it but to be mean. She always says it's tough love. I think she thinks you have to be cruel to be kind. But I get sick of it. I couldn't even ask her to back off. Oh, I did. That'd just make her hit me, or maybe I'd have to go out with that dinner. Suki frowns, then she looks at the thought. Maybe being a shy maiden wouldn't have been so bad if it weren't for my grandma. If she'd been a lot nicer, perhaps I could have stuck it out. But she wasn't. She was a horrible old witch when I was younger, and she's a horrible old witch now. Is that why you told her about the rice? It was just an act to pay her revenge, really. I did a lot of stuff like that to her, just to pay her back. I'd hide her indoor slippers. I'd put spicy sauce in her miso soup in the mornings. For a while, that was enough, but when she found out about her computer, she got so angry. She said I was a wicked child who had no respect for her elders. I told her she was a bitter old woman who wanted to ruin my life. And then she told me to leave. Like it was my fault she believed me when I fed her those lies of purifying computer. If she had half a brain cell, she could have looked it up online herself. Isn't it obvious putting rice in a D drive into a D drive will cause problems eventually? She must have believed you because she trusted you. Well, I guess. She was a weird old woman, but I think she loved me in her own way. But being loved isn't always enough, you know. I know. I know more than I would like to admit. Ah, her parents are these people?
How long has this been going on for?
24 minutes. Yeah. Love
Oh.
isn't always enough. Exactly. Somebody might say they love you. They could be telling the truth, too. They might really truly adore you from the bottom of their heart, but sometimes love can be toxic. My grandmother wanted to turn me into a perfect doll who would obey her each and every command. She thought stripping my freedom would be the best thing for me. I disagreed. And that's why you came here? Suki nods. That's right. Do you think your grandma misses you? Maybe. But she should have thought about that before she let me to get out. I'd rather die than go back to the shrine. So our visual novel has to be a smash hit. I'll do everything I can to turn my dream into a reality. As long as I have you and Clover by my side, I can do it. And as long as I have you and Clover by my side, I know I can do it too. That's the spirit. And I glanced on my lap, Charlie. I know you're being serious about this now, so I'll try to be a little more lenient. Sticking to deadlines and getting things done is important, but I think it's important to have fun too. Exactly! If we don't have fun making the visual novel, our customers won't have fun reading it. Fun. It's not a word that weighs heavily on my life as of, well, ever. I was too busy going to cram school. Too busy studying. Too busy trying to impress my parents. Them, I was too busy working. But maybe I should have a break. Maybe I should have a break every once in a while. I think I deserve it. Suki and I both deserve it. I got an achievement.
Fun.
We've been trying too hard for far too long. Hey Suki, how'd you manage to get Nekohime to agree to this? Oh, it was quite simple actually. Suki smiled at the conquest and laid her finger pressed against her friend. We had nervous heart to heart. We came to a mutual understanding. No, what kind of heart to heart was that?
Someone help me too addicted to this Digimon game.
Are you sure it wasn't mouth to mouth instead? Clover! Tried to part Clover's side, but she's too quick and remained dark, so they sting her tongue out. Sorry. Though I'm annoyed at her, Clover raised a good point. I often wonder why I agree with this myself. Our bikini is old-fashioned, fairly big. I fished out back in the back of the drawer. I don't know why you'd have a bikini. Not exactly the Sunday sleep type. I was too busy with work. I didn't even have enough time to take trips like this to the beach. And even if I had, I would prefer to sit inside. The only tan I wanted is a tan bestowed upon me by a flickering screen of a computer. I can feel the sun burn against my skin. It's baking me like a potato. It doesn't feel good. I can't remember the last time I exposed this much flesh to a harsh, unforgiving day of lighter day. If this keeps up, I might turn into dust and blow away. Maybe my remains will be scattered in the wind. R.I.P.
Dramatic data. Ink.
But Clover and Suki don't seem to mind. Of course they don't. They both lie down on the grass, fully tanning their bodies from the sun. Nekohime, it feels great. I'm not so sure. Don't be hesitant. This sounds good for you. But what if I melt? You won't, silly. And you do? I'll have Clover do the writing and the programming for a visual novel. Oh god. What? Me? Do the writing? You can't. She has no sense of pacing and her characterization leaves a lot to be desired. Oh, how do you know that? We used to roleplay a little back in the day. We did meet on an RP forum. We tried to anyway, but Nekohime always got mad at me and said I was doing it wrong. How can you roleplay wrong? She just wasn't very convincing. Her world was feeling flat, and her characters were inconsistent. So you were hard to please even as a kid. Well, I'm sorry for having standards. It's okay, Nekohime. I'll keep far away from your magnum opus. It's not like I'm taking the story too seriously, but I am. More than I would like to admit. I've grown quite protectively of this visual novel over the last few days, even if it is a silly idea. Must be because I'm stubborn. And when I start writing a script, I want to finish it all in a way. But during the research, I learned a lot of visual novels are actually written by teams of 2 or 3. Teams of 2 or 3, and sometimes of 4 to 5 people. On either hand, common root, and keep a couple key characters, while the remaining teams are divided into other writers. It's a problem It's probably the most practical way to go about it. If you have to write a script over 1,000,000 characters long, some visual novels are ridiculously huge, and you have a tight deadline, you need to get their hands on deck. It's not possible for a person to write that much. While splitting the story between so many different people has drawbacks. It can make the tone of the roots inconsistent, or the character's personalities might change slightly. Some writers rely heavily on internal monologue, and others favor dialogue, and others like long extended smiles. It can make the entire story lopsided, like a cake that hasn't been risen right. Multiple writers isn't an issue here, though. The script is going to be short, so I can handle it myself. I will handle it myself. Anyway, Nekohime.
I have a question.
Yo. What's your question?
When can we see a CG?
That's what I'm waiting for! It's been 30 minutes! Anyway, Nekohime, come away and sunbathe us. But I'll get tanned. Oh no! Terrible! I'll get tanned! That's the general idea, yes? It'll be interesting in healthy glow too. What if I don't want to look healthy? By my protest. Can't say I've seen something like this before. I still live beside Clover and Suki. Really? My new work colleagues? No, that sounds far too sterile. What about friends? Yes. I think friends is far more accurate description. Clover is lying on my right, holding one hand. And Suki's on my left takes the other. We lie there and sit in silence beneath the warm rays of sun. Clover, Suki, and me. Our hands are linked. Our futures too. Hey guys. Yes? What is it? Let's put everything into this visual novel, alright? I don't want us to have any regrets. Well, that's unusually sappy coming from you. I can't help it. I just want this to be simple. Or special. It already is special, silly. But what? It's special because the three of us are together. That's right. We keep doing our very best. Right. I look between Suki and Clover and my lips quirk upwards into a smile. This seems to be happening a lot lately. Much, much more than I ever used to. Being with these two girls really does make me happy. Well, got our CG.
Huh.
Well, that's it for now, because it's way too long. You know, this is the first time we've seen her without her glasses.